Good afternoon, everyone. It's time for our daily book, and today's book is Noddy Finds a Furry Tale by Enid Blyton. Let's start. Noddy was in a rush. The night before, he had been to a party at the Noah's Ark with lots of other toys, and he had woken up late. "You're lucky, little Carl," said Noddy as he hurried out of the house hastily, trying his scarf. "You don't have to get dressed every day." Noddy was just about to get into his car when he noticed something odd. "My word, car!" he exclaimed. "That's a furry brown tail on your passenger seat." He found a furry brown tail in the car. Noddy looked at the tail. "It must belong to one of the toys I gave a ride to last night," he said. "I can't remember which one." The tail felt lovely and soft against Noddy's cheek. I wonder what I would look like with a tail." He hurried inside to try it on. Noddy pinned the tail on and admired himself in the mirror. "I look very, very nice with a tail," he told himself. "I look like a long-tailed Noddy." Just then, Mr. Tubby Bear popped his head round the door. He looked pleased to see Noddy. "Can you help me?" asked Mr. Tubby Bear. "After the party last night, I'm afraid I woke up late. Will you drive me to the station so that I don't miss my train?" "Yes, of course," said Noddy. "Splendid," said Mr. Tubby Bear. Tessie Bear and Bumpy Dog were out for a walk when Noddy and Mr. Tubby Bear have drove past in the car. Tessie Bear waved to them. "Hi!" They drove by. Noddy was driving so fast that he didn't notice his scarf gradually unwind itself round his neck. Only Tessie Bear and Bumpy Dog saw it. Only Tessie Bear and Bumpy Dog saw it blow right off and land on the road. "I say, Noddy!" called out Tessie Bear. But Noddy was already a long way off. Noddy lost his scarf. Bumpy Dog ran and picked the scarf up and brought it back to Tessie Bear. He barked and barked. "All right, Bumpy Dog," said Tessie Bear. "You can wear it if you're a good dog. Run after Noddy and give the scarf back to him." At the railway station, Mr. Tubby Bear was just in time for his train. "May I have a return ticket, please?" he said to the train driver. Suddenly, all the toys sitting on the train burst out laughing. They all started laughing. Oh my," said Mr. Jumbo. "Just look at Noddy." "That's not nice. We don't laugh at other people." "What's the matter?" asked Noddy in surprise. "Why is everybody laughing?" He tried to turn round to see what they were all looking at. Can you guess? What were they laughing at? "Now then, what's all this laughing about?" asked asked Mr. Plod. "Look at Noddy's furry tail." "Goodness gracious, young Noddy," said Mr. Plod, trying not to laugh himself. "When did you grow that tail?" "I didn't grow it," said Noddy. "I found it in my car. I don't know whose tail it is." "Well, you must find out and return it forthwith, immediately," said Mr. Plod. Pilfering another toy's tail is a very serious offense. "What is pilfering?" asked Noddy. "Pilfering, young Noddy, is stealing," said Mr. Plod. "Give that tail back straight away, or I shall be forced to arrest you as a thief." Mr. Plod, Noddy, he was telling him he has to give that tail back. That's stealing. Noddy was feeling very sorry for himself when Bumpy Dog came bounding up and knocked him over. "You silly Bumpy Dog," said Noddy. "What are you doing?" Then Noddy noticed that Bumpy Dog was wearing his scarf. "You must have pilfered my scarf," said Noddy crossly. "You're very, very naughty. You are a thief." Poor Bumpy Dog looked upset. "I'm going to return this tail which I did not pilfer," said Noddy, striding off. See? Bumpy Dog trying to return Noddy's scarf to him. But Noddy was very mad at him and thought he stole it. And now Noddy is going to take the tail that he found back to find who does it belong to. Noddy's first idea was that it might be Bert Monkey's tail. Bert Monkey was at the cafe having an ice cream. His tail was trying to take Dana Doll's ice cream too. "Oh!" cried Bert Monkey as Dana Doll smacked his tail with her spoon. "Stop taking my ice cream!" Bert Monkey called Noddy, coming up. "Have you lost your tail?" "I can't have lost it," Noddy replied Bert Monkey. "It's just started to hurt. I didn't really think this could be your tail. It's so soft and furry." "Not at all," said Noddy. See? Monkey, the ice cream. Then Noddy decided he'd try the Noah's Ark. "Hello, animals. Hello, animals." The animals just yawned sleepy. They were all tired because they slept up late. They stayed up late the night before. Noddy noticed that they all had their tails. The only animal he couldn't see was Mr. Lion. Noddy thought it might be his tail. Mr. Lion came to the window of the ark to look at Noddy's furry tail. "That's not mine," he said. "It's a silly furry tail. I have a long, strong tail." And he showed his own tail to Noddy through the window. The ark and the animals and the lion and his strong tail. Noddy was on the point of giving up when Mrs. Noah came out of the ark. "Ha, Noddy, you clever fellow, you found it," she said, pointing at the furry tail. But Mrs. Noah said, But Mrs. Noah, you haven't got a tail. You haven't got a tail." Noddy was very surprised. isn't a tail. This is my new furry scarf, said Mrs. Noah. It's not real fur like a tail would be. Oh, I'm pleased, said Noddy. Now Mr. Plod will have to believe I didn't pilfer it. Just then, along came Tessie Bear and Bumpy Dog. Look, said Mrs. Noah. Nobody has found the furry scarf I lost. Noddy has found the furry scarf I lost. Well, how odd, said Tessie Bear. Noddy lost his own scarf this morning and Bumpy Dog chased after him to give it back. Oh dear, said Noddy, stroking Bumpy Dog guiltily. Noddy felt very sorry. I was so cross with him. I thought he had pilfered it. He stole it. I thought that Bumpy Dog stole my scarf. And Bumpy Dog whined sadly. Please cheer up, Bumpy, said Noddy. I didn't mean to make you miserable. Bumpy Dog is so miserable that his tail has lost its wag, said Tessie Bear. Well, I'm going to look all over Toyland until I find it, declared Noddy. I'm going to look for it. I'm going to find it. Noddy went up to the zebras. Excuse me, animals, he said. Have you seen a wag lying about? But the zebras just yawned. Now wait a minute, said Mrs. Noah. All Bumpy Dog needs is a bit of cheering up. Then you'll find his wag comes back all on its own. Bumpy Dog liked the sound of that. Let me think what nice things I've got to eat, said Mrs. Noah. I've got some ginger cookies, some biscuits, some fruits, and even a beautiful bowl. Bumpy Dog suddenly looked very cheerful again, and his tail started to wag. He was cheerful again. He wasn't sad anymore, and his tail started wagging. Bumpy Dog went leaping up to Noddy and knocked him over. I don't know where your wag went, Bumpy, but it's come back now, said Noddy, laughing. It must be fun to wag a tail. And as Bumpy Dog licked his face, but I don't want one after all. Tails cause too much trouble, and they take an awful lot of looking after. Woof, woof, said Bumpy Dog. With all the animals. See? The end.